Yo, show in the building. Appreciate you stopping by. How you doing this evening, man? Trying to get this stuff, what am I trying to say? Ready for mixdown. Oh, no, where is it? It's not it. Down a little bit. Wait, what? Here we go. Right. Wrong one. Wrong one. Okay, let's get these out of here. Yeah, I started this one yesterday and got it finished probably like an hour ago. All right, cool. Now it's time to get down to the mix down of it. To the mix, do the master. We're done with this. Chicken and bacon. I was checking in on some streams while I eat. Okay. Feel that, man. Mostly been trying to practice, kind of stressing over the jazz thing. Like I'm trying to find some kind of, like, I get it. It's mostly the inversions of it, but I'm trying to form something where it's a little easier. Um, Kind of uses like a starting point. Mostly it's just kind of picking stuff and then like playing it and then going, okay, try it from like here. But you have so many options. It's kind of like It's a bit much at times. It's like you could do it like this, or you could do it like this, and then you want to start like playing with just different rhythms and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, man, it's a lot. It's like you kind of gotta. There's have like the jazz way. That's one thing, right? Everything kind of got like swing to it, but then you want to kind of put your own thing to it. Like you want to do it, but you want to do it in a way that doesn't seem so like boring. So that that becomes a struggle there. When I get something though, it's fun. And then I start trying to pick it apart. it's like it's like what did you do there? Can you do it over? So there's just different stuff like that. There's a lot of different like even that's not you know like that's a whole nother thing. And then it's like okay, you learn that works, and then you want to try it on like something else, and then it doesn't seem to work as intended, and you're like, I'm missing something here. Um, I can shift it up, different keys or whatever to work like that, but just trying to come up with your own thing, like start somewhere just randomly, and then think that's gonna like take you somewhere, and you're like, eh, you know. Um, but sometimes I'll get like a breakthrough and something will click, and I'm like, all right, we could use that. I'm at the last boss in Expedition 33. But I definitely took a break because man, that boss is something else. So I'm playing on expert, so of course it's no game. We've struggled up until this point. I feel like I did when I played Liza P. It was like I was making it. It was challenging, but I was making it, and then I got to the last boss, and I died like 80 times, and I'm just like, what is it? I'll get like this close, and then it all falls apart. And it's like, man, like, can I just get that last part? And with Liza P, what ended up happening is, I think I had like 20 in my health stat for like the entire game. I put that on there, and I was just like trying to build up my strength and all that. And I went back and did a respec, gave myself like some more health and took away some of the damage. I think it took like 3 tries. That boss was gone. Whoosh. I was like, man, like what made me die this many times before it finally clicked? Like, hey man, maybe you just need to go respec. Like, so same thing. I'm like, I made it up to this point, but this boss, and it's just there's a particular attack, and how are you supposed to? Because it's really hard to see. It's like zoomed out, and you look like a little speck, and it's like, how are you supposed to see when it's close enough for like parries? Because I just been like parry the entire game. I haven't been dodging nothing. I finally was just like, you know what? Let me just start dodging this because it's not worth it. And even then, I was still finding myself like still getting caught up. 3 hits out of like the seven. It's like, dang, still kind of draining me. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back. Maybe I just need to do some farming, whatever. Do some like get some more health. I think defensively I'm good, but health wise, it's just like after a few hits, it's over. So a little more health just to kind of take it there, and and there's like another move that was pretty much just kind of drilling me, and I'm like, yeah, I need health is what it is. And you know, I got this nice attack on Lune for like doing AOE heals, and it does damage like per turn, and like keep that in rotation with this other thing. So it's like, all right, this is cool, but when you don't have that much health and the boss has always got like some 8-hit attack move. You're like, can I just survive till it's my turn? And then, I could do some healing or something. And it'll be good for a minute. And then all you need is that one slip up where every time you try, you just get hit. And that's it. It's over. Yeah, like I had to like really sit there and like pay attention. It feels like Elden Ring, but it's turn based. you're just you're like, man, can I roll? Like if I could just roll to the side, I think we'd have it. But yeah, and after a little while, you constantly like trying to time the parries and stuff, and then whole forearm, everything burning. I'm like, you know what, man? Just yeah, we'll try again another day. But the game's been fun. You don't you have to get like basically once you get to the end, like almost the end, you'll finally kind of figure out everything. But it's still even a little bit. Still feels like something's missing. So maybe after I take the boss down, like they'll kind of finish it out. But as far as the story, um, like it took too long. Then again, kind of doing everything else and all that. So that's also a part of it too. It's not like I just went straight for the story. But yeah, I still feel like the story wise, man, it still doesn't feel like you got a full grasp on what's going on, even with all the journals and like everything. And I'm probably, I don't know, I'm not missing too many, but even with all that, you're just like, what is this story? Tell me. And it took you getting all the way towards the end to finally kind of get like, okay, so that's who so and so is, or that's who, and you're just like, why did that take so long? Like, why did they have to keep that a secret for so long? But the way they kind of reveal it too, it wasn't like an impact when it came out. I was just like, okay, that makes sense now. That's all I said. It's just like that. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, it wasn't like oh man, that's kind of wild. Again, even after telling you, you kind of know like what's going on. Like there's nothing that went into. I think there were like some brief moments as you were walking through the level right before the second to the last boss fight. You kind of start seeing little glimpses of stuff going on, but not too much is being told. It's almost like they're trying to tell you, how it kind of led up to it, and I was like, I just kind of missed it. You kind of missed it, but the game's fun. So the story, but I don't know much about the developers, but I believe that's like probably their first game, or maybe they haven't done too many. So I cut them some slack on that, but yeah, I really wish it had a little bit more impact since they made you wait so long to kind of give you how it came to be how it was, right? I feel like that took too long to get to. Yeah, you have to get like towards the end because and I feel like this, if they would have told you in the beginning or like midway, I don't think they had anything prepared to add on to it. You know what I'm saying? Like if they would have gave out too much on like who's who and all that, by the time you got to the end, you probably would have just felt like, all right. um, and then like over. I don't think they were like prepared for any of that really. Cause like I said, the way they kind of roll it out to you, you're just like, it could have been done a bit better. But it's not. I don't think the story's bad necessarily, but they could have added more to it. That way, there was little bit by little bit as you progress, especially with all the struggling. You die like 30 times. You like you beat or clear, a section or a zone, and then it's just kind of like just talking to each other. Hey, so what are you gonna do? Like, it's just when you get to the monolith. When you get to the monolith, how you feeling right now? Oh, good. Could have been better. Look at all the people we lost. Like you're hearing that for most of the game, and not really digging into, not finding anything to kind of reveal who who your enemy is, why the enemy even exists, like that. Like I said, once you start getting towards like the very end, then they start revealing it before a game that's gonna be like 30 hours plus. That's kind of, yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about it. This is open. Oh, literally, it's just as they were saying it, I'm like, in my brain, I've been already kind of formulating, but it took so long for them to get there. By the time they got there, I couldn't even be like, I told you. Like, I was just like, you know what? I see why they didn't give that information away earlier. Like, that, that was it. It wasn't like a wow, but I won't say like it was bad, and that's me. So other people could be like, "Hey, that story was dog water, whatever," and I'll be like, "Hey, I, I got nothing." I can see if it was like good, then I'd be like, "Hey, I don't think you understand what's going on here." But I feel kind of the same. I'm neutral on it. I'm like, I feel like that with not so much as I do with Expedition 33, but South of Midnight made me feel like that too. So you're playing. My thing with South of Midnight was kind of with Expedition 33. I wish they would have added more, right? Especially with the the folklore. It's like not everybody kind of grew up in that culture or is aware of it. So adding more to the story or something like that, or maybe there was like some side quests that could have like kind of went into that a little bit more. But it's like you actually have to know that culture or outside of the game, go looking that up in order to be like, oh, so that's what that is. Oh, okay, that's what, like, or just already kind of have that in mind as you're going in, like, kind of already have some kind of knowledge of maybe how certain entities are portrayed in, you know what I'm saying? And then you're like, oh, okay, you can make like a little connection there. But I thought they could have added just a little bit more onto it. Being that that game has no side quests, it's just straight story, which it was fun, but it felt more like watching or playing like a movie, like a good movie, right? Where at the end you still got kind of like questions and stuff like that, and you maybe hoping for like a part two. Then maybe someone does a breakdown on it. But for like a game, you have so many tools and so many ways to kind of, you know, maybe some DLC comes out or something like that. But that was my only thing. But same thing. I like the game. The game was good. They move? Oh, okay. So where's the delete button? All right, then we can roll these. Okay, quick second. Stuff isn't that. I think there it is. All right, cool. Kind of got to change the way I do things now, just because these new plugins I got are pretty resource hungry. So now I got to start bouncing stuff out, making new sessions, and but I like them. They're pretty nice. You got both of them, right? And get to it. Get to it. But nah, I feel you too. Like, for a moment, I wasn't doing anything either. I was just more like resting, doing other stuff. I got like burnt out, especially after all of that last year. As soon as we got into this year, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start playing more games. Last year, I was like, less gaming, more music, and then came into this year, and I was like, I don't want to not do music, but I'm kind of burnt out. It's like my brain just, it wasn't there. So like, you know what? Just chill, do some games, but still practicing. Just wasn't making anything. And then finally, when I felt that comeback, because I'll usually go through something like that. I'll be creating for a long while, and then I'll just have that block, and it's just like it doesn't seem like nothing helps. Listening to music, like nothing. It's like something's just, you know, I want to take a break. So that's what I did, and then came back and a little wobbly at first. We are. Okay, so we got this. Oh, actually, I could use. Here, let's make this smaller. Let's say I'm over here trying to think about what goes next, and all I gotta do is look here. So I want to make sure that we get this all lined up. Strings. Got the percussion. really had these backwards. Okay. That's okay. Actually, here, let's do that. A 1, 2, 3. I can arrange this. 1, 2, 3. And then our two bases. Okay. Yo, Blue in the building. Appreciate you stopping by. How you doing this evening? The music is like painting, forever hustle, basically. And keep thinking one of these days I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna have it down. And you realize you don't. There's way too many combinations. You're just like, all right, cool. So you have some sort of like template you go by, but stone, there's no stone. There's no stone. Okay, so let's go here. A track. We can deal with that in a little bit. So I learned that I can do a mixing console emulation in my DAW, basically with the plugins that I have, and so it's kind of changed the way I approach mixing now, and I like it. I like it. There's a bit more glue to it. And now I've become completely obsessed with it. So I've been going back, I've been redoing stuff. Let's see. Like redoing the stuff that I already put out. Let's see where we at here. So like the way it just kind of holds everything, and a lot of it as I'm doing the movements are like pretty subtle, but it's like just enough. It's not too harsh. on like the cuts or like the boosts that I'm making. So I really like it, and I've been trying to get acquainted with the plugins and the routing and doing all that. But I like the way it sits now. So I just gave it just a little bit more. It's got a little bit more to it. I'm just like, you know what? Even like when the low end comes in, there's just a lot more control with it.
Legion of Tunes.
Like it's not too bassy or anything like that. The drums, everything seems just a little bit cleaner. Not so much like in your face, but still there. So yeah, one of those things where I'm just like, all right, everything, I gotta redo it. So that's been my thing, and then trying to make new stuff when I can as well. Right now, I'm trying to get this stuff ready so I could start mixing it. It's a 6. So I bounce everything out at the same volume level, and then once it comes in, I make sure to adjust it. I'll try to keep everything at like the same level, just in case, like if you ever use like a sample kit or something, you notice like everything is just it's there, right? It's got volume, it's got all that, and then you turn it down or whatever. So trying to learn more about the way they did it, back then, or in the analog world. I want to act like it's doesn't exist anymore, but I'm watching like videos on that and how stuff would happen and how they would like print things, like all of that, just to come back in here and be like, okay, how do I simulate that, and then coming up with like a whole flow for it. So like how they would, so they had like an 8-track mixer, which is it's not a lot, right? Take drum, take snare, take your closed open hat, take your cymbal, take your toms, right? Take, maybe another cymbal. It was like on the other side, like that's full. Your mixer is full. So what do? It was like after they play the drums, you gotta print it to tape, and you gotta put it back in, right? Like different stuff like that. Or they would take like the drums and like the bass, and they would like print that together and then put that back. That would be on one channel. So they had like drums and bass on one channel. So it's like, man, people were struggling back then compared to now. People were struggling to make a recording. Like engineers had to put in some work. So just kind of listening to how that process would work, and then like trying to emulate it here. So that's a whole nother thing. But like I said, the way the sound is coming out, I'm like, all right, cool. So I got something to go by, something I've tested, and then I just keep doing it. It gets a little easier each time, but I have no idea who that is. The alphabet just popped in my chat. How's it going? How you doing this evening? The alphabet just popped in the chat. That's all I see is A, B, C, D, E, F. But I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of weird, man. 'Cause, 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 down to about. That's fine. I'll work with that. It's gonna be 8. Make sure I get all the levels. Okay. This is probably going to be the toughest one for me, just because the way this volume is like crazy. And within the contact library, I tried to adjust, but nothing I was doing was like actually doing anything. So I tried to add a compressor to try and get some of it down. And even then, it was like taking that compressor to like ridiculous reduction levels just to get it kind of close. And I was like, this is gonna be a struggle for me here. So I'm already preparing myself for it. Okay, let's back this. Yep, that'll work. This comes in at verse 2. Okay, this we may or may not keep. I printed it anyway, so I may not use it, but actually, we could actually keep that there. Oh, I thought I had it here. Yeah, let's leave that there. Go back. See this right here. That one to turn down. A little bit more. That'll work. And then this. I should bring this to that then. Let's see. That might actually work too. Does. Okay. So I think all we got left are bases here. Okay. So this, I want it to be the so I don't want it to be too. Alright, once I like EQ it, it'll be better. This also has quite a bit going on in the low end. And this, so it just kind of stacks up and makes it a bit stronger than it needs to be. But once I EQ it, it'll get me to put them both on that. Right, so it's all over here, and then this is just mainly here. So I have to do some EQ where we get the mids so we can still hear this, but let the synth bass handle the sub bass frequencies. Or I should call it the 3x oscillator. Both kind of synth bassy like, so. Alright, cool. Then we're going to, before we start here, let's take that here. What? That's right. I don't have a name for this just yet, so let's save it here. All right, so we're within our target level. Let's get to work. Like maybe around like 80. see a guy who's using loops. Yeah, I've been using FL since like FL2, FL3. This is like my dog choice, and I would never leave it. I started off though with Acid Pro when it still belonged to Sonic Foundry before Sony got their hands on it. It was good when Sony got their hands on it too, but I think now there's a company called Magix or Black Magix has it now. They have like the Vegas Pro, they have all that stuff. Magix has it now, but that was once owned by Sonic Foundry, and it's changed hands a couple times. How you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Take you make music as well. What kind of music do you make? Let's see. What do we do here? See how that works for us. What am I looking for? Oh, I see what he's saying. Oh no, you got this wrong. I just bounced this out so I could do the mixing. I actually played that. These are the name of my beat file. Sorry, when you said loops, I thought you were talking about Fruity Loops, not like actually using loops. My bad. But yeah. Or actually. But yeah, no. That's what I'm working so hard for. Going down this road, right? Sorry, wrong key there. But yeah, it's me, man. It's me. But I have like stuff like this and complete and all that, so got some really nice sounds to it. But I bounced this stuff out just because using all of this, I'm doing a mixing console style emulation. Something I learned about recently, and I was like, okay, so aside from the way I've been doing things, I tried it out, I liked it, and that's how we're doing from this point forward. But having all of the contact libraries open and all that, and trying to stack these on here, not even putting this on the highest latency stops the pops and the clicks. So I just put everything to -12, bounce it out, new program, new session, then put everything here, and then I start mixing. And then once this gets done and I'm happy with the mix, I'll do the mastering thing. But yeah, sorry man, sorry I misread your comment for, because some people come around, they're like, hey, you use FL Studio too? And I'm like, yeah. And so when you said I see someone's using loops, I thought you meant like Fruity Loops, like you were just shorthanding it, and I didn't know you were talking about like actual loops. No. Okay, let's try and push this down just a little bit. I don't want to do too much. Okay, hold on just a little bit. Okay. Cubase, I remember Cubase, man. That was Steinberg, right? Would you by chance happen to, since we're on the subject of Cubase, would you happen to have Hypersonic? Steinberg also made Hypersonic. Like I still have it, but in the newer versions of FL, it breaks. I get error messages. I gotta force close, unless I use like an earlier version of FL Studio. It's the only way I can get it to work. But man, so many people do not know about Hypersonic, and even though that plugin's like what got to be 20 years old now, like there's still people requesting for it. There are like people requesting for it, and like they don't make it anymore. So their new thing now is, or I don't know about now, but last I checked, they had Halien Sonic. So they went from Hypersonic to Halien Sonic, and they were like, if you want Hypersonic, because people just wanted it that bad, they were like, purchase Halien Sonic. And since that's like a version, even though the name has changed, once you purchase Halien Sonic, all previous versions, right, are available, then they'll actually let you download a Hypersonic. But you can't go on the stores or anything like that and buy that no more. That it's gone. It's gone. Hardware guy, man, I wish, and my desk is empty, right? The rack mounts are right here, they're empty. I wish I had something, but I don't. So this is the next available thing that I had. I did not grow up with the hardware. Now my uncle in his studio, he had some stuff, but me personally, no. So this is the closest thing I'm gonna get to it. And my thing is, if I ever do get an opportunity, I walk in someone else's studio or something, and there's equipment lying around, at least I could say like I know what that is and what it does. Right? Can't say I've touched one yet, but at least I'll like understand what it's there for, or if I have to use it, I at least know what I'm doing, what kind of sound it gives, that kind of stuff. So trying to get myself more familiar with it, and also kind of like the process. So like I said, I'm doing more of like a mixing console emulation style. It took a while to kind of get, and I'm still learning some things in the process as well. But yeah, so I have this, but I also have. I recently started using this because I liked kind of how it sounded over the API 2500. But again, even this kind of like I kind of get it. But it's this section right here that kind of throws me off, right? Especially when we're talking about this here. Like I can hear it. Like that's one thing to kind of hear what it's kind of bringing in, but like I don't really have a clue what it's doing. Right? So it's just like I'll usually use like medium or normal because a lot of times when I use loud, you can tell there's kind of like a distortion to it, but it's not like a. It's like the drums just lose the impact, right? It doesn't matter, a little bit of attenuation or a lot. Like I don't know. I don't understand it too much, but I like how clean, like how tight it makes the drums. Like man, I like the 1176 for how it, but this right here, just like whatever you throw in there, this is like gone. We got this. Now I'm trying to get more acquainted with this, and you do have more options. You do have, the ability to distort. I like the high pass, having that option on there too. So if you got anything that's like your kick is just real heavy or whatever, typically it'll eat up a lot of the headroom for the compressor. So you just right, and that it doesn't completely high pass it, but you know this stuff, man. But yeah, trying to get more acquainted with this and just trying to learn more about it. But it's pretty cool what I'm able to get out of it as opposed to how I was doing things. Um, the I would say the most notable thing is the glue, right? Just being able to take everything and just like hold it better than better than whatever. Meter VTCL2. Yeah, that I don't know what that is, man. But this stuff fascinates me, but I've never had the opportunity to actually have that stuff. So hopefully, one of these days things get real good. Start start having some stuff. Start adding some things. Right now, this is it right here, and I'm like, you know what? I'll take it. Take it. Now I don't know what's going on here, right? I don't know if you have one of these or use one of these, but I know these are two different type of EQ curves, but I don't know what that curve looks like. And I went into the manual too, and it doesn't tell me, but what it says is that the NAB was more of the EQ curve or whatever that we use, and it runs at like 60 hertz, and then the CCIR is um, more which was used over in like Europe, like in the UK, and that runs at something like that. But apparently. they say the CCIR people consider to be like the superior one. So I've just been using that. I do like that it feels like it's a little more subtle, maybe a bit more on the top end. Um, Whereas I feel more it's either just less top end or there's like less top end plus the like bottom end like a little bit more. So I don't know. I lean more towards this one. I like it. Um, and I just got comfortable enough coming in here to like start adjusting things. I'm like, what's all these screws and stuff? I don't I don't want to mess with that. Um, yeah, I've actually like come in here now and like start messing with it. I'm like, it actually sounds crazy. Just every day, just something else I'm learning. What's a good spectral analyzer? Because I watched a couple videos where like people have used one, and I can't recall if they ever like mentioned the name, but one would be good. Because especially with like the Pultec EQ, I got to actually see what was happening as you're like boosting and cutting and stuff like that, and I was like, stuff started clicking in. I'm like, you know what? I don't even do that. Like if I took this for example, right? If I just reached in like this, I would be like, okay, cool, right? Boom, I'll do something like this. But the next thing I'm gonna do is this, right? I think everybody watching has pretty much done this, right? And you go in here and you wanna like try and boost something, cool. Then you actually get to see the Pultec hardware under the spectral analyzer, and then you realize what's actually happening is it's using a shelf. It's not using a bell. See how the sound changes on you? Okay, so you go and boost your low end, you use a shell, and it gives you this other sound. It sounds warmer because now it's just taking everything to the left of that curve, and it's just boom, so it gets warm, right? Then you look at the shape of it, it's a little more round, right? So like seeing things that made me go, oh man, like who would have known? But I appreciate using that stuff just because all the gear that was made, it was intentional. Like they had, you know, a problem. They built something to fix that problem. So when you use it, you don't have all the options like, oh, let me go to 769.3 and a half hertz. No, it's like you have this, or this, right? And they've been doing this long enough to know like these are either like problem areas or areas where you might want to boost. And so the workflow just started. I was just like, okay, click, 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 listen. Like it just starts making you like your decision making just gets a little quicker because your options are taken out, right? And I feel stuff like this kind of messes us up because you got too many options, So you just get in here and you start doing stuff, and you're like, all right, cool, and then you kind of find out, kind of been doing stuff. You know, not to say that it's improper, because it's music, right? It's really no right or wrong. However, looking for a certain type of sound, there's a certain way to go about it, right? And I talk about that a lot, and it's like seeing that was just like, boom. So I tell people, when you're doing your EQ and stuff, like your kick and things like that, you see people reach for that. Well, this is what's happening, and so having one of those would be really nice. Um, right now, I'm not doing too much talking, but generally I would do walkthroughs on what I'm doing and stuff like that, and that would be helpful. That would be helpful right there. 20 years, man, that's a long time. Yeah, I want to say same here, but my music theory knowledge is garbage. We're only getting better in the last like few years here, but most of my time, right? Because you hear all those conversations, you don't need theory, you know, You can just, just listen to it, play the notes, and find the one, and all of that. And I ran with that. And my biggest thing, right, when I was making stuff was, well, how to make it sound good. Like, I hate putting it in my car, and just like the bass was, just crazy and all that. So the bulk of my time was spent learning how to do this. So I never went to like school for this. And I don't have degrees, no nothing. But the pure passion and the love for it just kept me going to a point where I close my eyes now and I can go boom, boom. I made so many mistakes. I made so many mistakes. My ears have just gotten to a point where I can like hear stuff. And I'm just like boom, 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 boom. And I'm here. I'm here, right? Now I'm more going back and I'm like, okay, now my playing sucks. My mixing is good. My playing sucks. We ain't got to do all that. So I got um currently teaching myself to play jazz. So I got books in here and you know trying to do lessons and practice. And then I got um melodics, right? Which most of this I already kind of know, so I'm just kind of flying through it. But I think the biggest part, which made me to go for it, was being able to learn the songs and all that. So going through that stuff, and then once I do that, at least I can practice, do something a little bit every day, other than just pick and poke at my keyboard and hope something hope something lands. So yeah, maybe it's backwards. Maybe I started, down another path, um, and now, you know, heading in another direction with this. But yeah, that's where we're going. So, um, man, I would not have imagined that I'd be doing this like that, right? That I would be like teaching myself, because at one point I wanted to go, and you have Full Sail, which is super expensive, and then the other option was I think it's called Crass. It was like located in Arizona, and they weren't as expensive, but they still had all the stuff, right? Still had the boards and everything, and um, even here at the local university, they had stuff as well, and it didn't go that way. Ended up going to ITT Tech, which is now out of commission. They are out of commission. I was like, huh, that makes sense. Um, but apparently they weren't doing things right, and they had to shut down. So yeah, I think that was like what, maybe 8 years later after going there. So that was a wrap, and it was like, man, could I get my money back? Is there something you can do? Oh, nothing. So maybe if I like went and like took it to court or something, but I'm broke, man. What I look like? So yeah, that's the end of that one. Okay, let's take this. About there. Not sure. Oh, it's probably a lot less. Okay. In that case, let's see. Just want to see. So somewhere around here, about 3. Tell you what, let's just drag it to like 4 with that. somewhere around here. Take a little bit out of there. Interesting. Okay. That's crazy. Let's see that. I mean, if that's what I have to do, is what I have to do, right? But that's a crazy amount. But I also did come in here. There's something, it just sounds really hollow right here. And so that's why I kind of cut it. But this sounds good. But to even get a change, you gotta pull. Yeah, it could be why. Okay. Question now becomes, let's check it out. Not too bad. Yes, sir. Appreciate you stopping by. I have to go. After this, I'll check out your channel, man. If you got some music up there, I'll definitely be. I'll leave a comment. Have a good night, man. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, sometimes I'm not making music and I'm gaming, but if you ever see the title, you are now watching the master at work. It's on. It's on. Just know that. You know what? I'm gonna hold on that one because I know that's gonna be the struggle one there. See if we can make a loop here. Oh, I went too far, didn't I? About 6K. Let's take it to. like hold is just crazy. Doesn't sound bad though. Let's that's cool. So my thing here is I got a couple options because I got this. I think what I'm gonna do is let's do it like this. If it doesn't work, I'll swap it. But where is it? Oop, wrong one. Yo, Leonor in the building. Appreciate you stopping by. How you doing this evening? Whoa. What is going on over here? Oh no, these can't be bots. Is that what it is? We got Blue Boy, what was it, 3 minutes ago? Zcon? What? I'm sorry if I'm getting these. I don't even know what this one is. Not even gonna try it. But I appreciate the follows. If y'all aren't bots, appreciate the follows. How you guys doing this evening? How's your weekend going? I think they're bots. And there's a lot of them. Cause no raid. Where did this come from? Show yourself. Alright, let's take this out. Oh, okay. This one, we're actually gonna leave. Let's take it to about 30. Right. Gonna leave some space here for the snare. Actually, let's do it like this. Might leave that where it's at, and then with this too, I might take that back down. Cause one, I want this underneath. But I have to listen to it in the speakers. That might still be okay. Even though it is cutting out some of the highs a little bit. Maybe I don't have to go that far. Maybe try that. So it's kind of there, but I don't want it to where like it feels like it's being drowned out, right? Still want to hear it a little bit, but then with this, that pretty much takes up the low end. So we can get the rumble. And then with that, I want to do. Let's try 8. I'm so sorry. I'm over here breaking stuff. Oh, no, I didn't, actually. Man, I'm going blind over here. At first I thought it was this one I was changing. I was like, no, we just did that. Okay. Oh. The official Rantix, am I saying that correctly? Appreciate you stopping by. How you doing this evening? Says Flames. Thank you. Just recently finished this one, and now I'm trying to mix it all down. So going blind like when you bail on gins all day. Now you see me yesterday. I was not bailing on the gins. As a matter of fact, there were people bailing on me. So I don't want to hear it. You can save your troll for the bridge. And we're not there yet. And I'm trying to see if this is... So, I believe this was what, minus 18? Pretty much. Nothing about where it was hidden. Alright, cool. My thing, I don't know if this is right or not, but we're gonna do it anyway. Gonna move this here. Gonna take these two. Just gonna do them together like this. About minus 12. All I needed to know. Oh, big spike. Maybe that was a bad idea. See if this works. Nice. Nice. Still jumping a little bit. That's okay. If it jumps a little bit, it don't have to be perfect. These are a little more annoying, but we can get them done. And I'm saying they're annoying because they're short and they don't happen occur very often. So we can do something like that. Oh, we went all the way. Never mind. Right about. Yeah, sounds about here. Right, not even gonna trigger it. Here it is. Consistency for the win. Sorry, I forgot I had it looped. Let's take it about there. Yeah, we already went all the way down there. Don't need to be down here. Uh, 18, right? Close enough. Kinda don't like that. It's close. It's close. Still gonna look bad here. I mean, I can still hear it, so. I wish there was a better way, but there's not. Okay. That's fine. And then this is gonna be our struggle. But it's our last struggle. Alright, let's see if we can. Can we do it? Let's go. Somebody take it back. Because for the life of me, I struggle to try and make this work. Let's see if we can make this work. Oh, what was that? I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of crazy. It's close. Let's take that. Let's see. Try and make this just a little bit more. that right there. What was that? I don't think that was just part of the. Let me find out. Let me find out. I stacked something. That's gonna be terrible. I had to go back and redo it. But yeah, that's a huge spike. Like the rest of this is kind of cool. That right there is. I'm about to go back, but for right now, it's okay. That's okay. I understand. I messed up. But we already got it. Ouch. I know it hurts. It hurts. Right. Gotta go back to my last one. Fix that, reprint that, put that back in here. But it should be fine. It's not a big deal. It's just. But there is a bit more consistency with it. Kind of forgot about that, right? I was like, we'll come back to it. Never came back to it. Let's get this out the way, and then we're good to go. Should have turned that up some more. All right, to me. Okay. I think we'll leave it like that. Don't need any. Ah. Good. I wonder. Yeah, I'll probably remove it from there, and that'd be fine. My goal was to have them blend, but it doesn't seem to be happening. So we could just leave it exactly like that, right? Not even a problem. No problem. Wrong one. I think I know what I can do with that one too. It only occurred now, but I'll just make another instance of it, and then keep the low and the high one like separate, basically, and then that way I have control, right? Because this is definitely loud enough, but then this isn't, and it's not to say that like it sounds good, all right? It sounds good. However, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. This just seems like extra loud for no reason. Look how far you have to turn this down for it to sound decent. That is crazy. Still feels like I said, I'm probably gonna have to fight with this one for a minute, but it definitely feels like something's kind of poking out. It's kind of pokey there, and that's okay. But I gotta find where that's at. That's gonna bother me. But could just be my ears. It's been a couple hours, right? Give my ears a break, come back. I'm like, oh, it was perfectly fine. There was nothing wrong with it. But right now, it's definitely ringing my ears. It's like, right here. So I like that. Thinking about here. Okay, this is as close as I'm gonna get for right now. But I will definitely tomorrow give this another listen. Making little corrections. Looking at you. Make those corrections. Back. Good. So I feel like I like it. It's very well balanced and blended. I mastered it, so. All right, so. Not sure on this, right? The final mix that I'm gonna actually keep. Desktop for now instead of in a folder. Yeah, it's gonna be a few minutes. So I think I'm in the wrong folder, and I am. So it's all good though. All right, that was fun. Another one completed. Another one down. I am working on a playlist. It's essentially going to be for streamers and content creators. You guys will be able to use it as like background music, right? So I'm not gonna say you're gonna like it all or anything, but if there is anything that you would like to use, I'm not to say anything. All right. Now, please don't do the idiot thing. Say, well, he said we can use them. I'm gonna go make a mixtape with it or something. Don't do that. I know how to find you and get to you. All right. If that is the case, once these get up there, if you would like, definitely feel free. Come right over here to BeatStars, okay? And do something. I'll be on my sleep. Don't even have to tap me on the shoulder. Get your paperwork and all that. Alright? Other than that, purely background music. I don't mind it. Alright? It's better than getting DMCA takedown requests or claims on your content and all that. I'm not doing that to you. So if you check out the music I have up there currently, it's under Common Creatives license. Okay, so there's no chance that YouTube can say, hey, this sounds like this belongs to so-and-so's channel. They're not gonna do that. Alright? It even gives you the ability under the Creative Commons license to put your content with that music under it, all of that. It's not gonna flag it, okay? So, I got quite a few of these that I'm building up, working on. I will get those out on YouTube once they are ready. But I do have a couple more things that I gotta fix over here on BeatStars. 2 to be exact. And when I get those done, then I'll take that stuff, because it's not on YouTube yet. I'll put all that on YouTube as well. And again, it'll be under the Creative Commons license, so you don't have to worry about anything if you choose or decide that you want to use it. We've just been doing whatever we feel, trying to make stuff that's either mid to like high energy. So whatever comes up. But I am going down this road of teaching myself jazz, so you probably hear some more jazzy stuff than anything, right? This, I'm definitely going to increase the tempo up a little more. I feel like it's a little too slow. That was done. Where are we? 5-3. Okay, and with that being said, I am heading out. Appreciate everyone who stopped by. Remember, stay patient, remain diligent, and as always, be majestic. If you can develop the skills to keep calm, carry on, you too can achieve greatness. With that, I'm out. Peace.